And how quick has dating become due to social media?
I mean, काफ़ी इजी है डेट करना आज। तो बेसिकली आई एम अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर ना, तो काफ़ी सारे फॉलोअर्स आते रहते हैं और कोई ना कोई लड़की टेक्स्ट करती है, हे योर कंटेंट इज़ अमेजिंग, तो वैसे कॉन्वर्सेशन स्टार्ट होती है। फिर धीरे धीरे कैन वी मीट पे हो जाता है, फिर हम मिलते हैं, फिर उसके बाद गुलू गुलू काफ़ी इजी है सोशल मीडिया से डेट करना।
International brands get their work done from India or Bangladesh, and it's very exploitative practice, I would say. Even Zara and H&M, if you see, all the dump is done in our country, and people only see the trends, what's going on, what's all going to, when of course not everyone is going to buy them, and there's a lot of production being made. It's again going to be in landfills in our country, maybe in Bangladesh. So that's the part a majority of people don't know. Only the industry knows.
Another movie that I would want you to speak about is Animal.
And when I watch a film, I am consumed in it so much that I forget what am I watching. So I realize the problematic part of it when I step out, when I think that what the fuck did I watch? And I was excited, okay, there would be a dark noir male character in the film. Though I was well aware that it is Sandeep Vanga Reddy, so what to expect? He's a very good creative person, but the ideas in his head are very problematic. So I still had very high expectations. Then I watched the film for, I don't know, it is a very long film, and it was just so disappointing that a male character was not just dark and problematic, but such a crybaby man child, and he was so embarrassing. It was second-hand embarrassment that you can show the dark and complex sides of a character, of males, females, but it does not has to be so pathetic and dumb.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Gold Diggers, the space where ambition meets authenticity, where dreams, breakdowns, glow ups, career chaos, creativity, relationships, and real life conversations all come together. Today's episode is extra special because we have three incredibly different personalities with three completely different worlds colliding. We have a fashion designer who turns emotions into aesthetics, a computer engineer balancing logic and content creation and digital creativity, and an English literature graduate and writer who probably overthinks life more beautifully than the rest of us. From career pressure to modern dating, creativity, social media, heartbreaks, identity crisis, ambition, healing, and figuring life out in your 20s, we are talking about all of it here. So sit back, relax, romanticize your life a little, and welcome to Gold Diggers. So let us start with your introductions. हिमांशु, you first.
Hey, I am हिमांशु और मैं इंजीनियर स्टूडेंट हूँ और मुझे स्टोरीज टेल करना बहुत पसंद है और मुझे घूमना पसंद है.
Very good. And you, Pavi?
Hi, so I'm Pavi and I am a journalist by profession. I'm always a student because I love studying a lot. I have done my dual degrees in English and journalism. I am by profession a journalist and by passion I am a filmmaker. When I do nothing, I write because that's what I do, and I am also a classical dancer.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm all about everything, appreciating art.
Very good. And you?
So myself, Nisha, I'm a fashion designer and I have my own sustainable clothing line. So since I was a child, I was very much into art and beauty, I would say. And just few years ago during my college, I learned about sustainability and beauty having a very huge cost to play, not just to pay to people but also planet in fashion industry. So not just as a brand, a clothing brand, but also as a person, I am someone who believes in sustainability and I'm trying to bring something to the world that is a mixture of beauty, aesthetics, people, and planet. So even as a person, I believe in community, I believe in people and profit.
Lovely. So, starting with my questions now, let me start with you, Nisha. If your personality was a fashion collection, what would this season be called?
Not season, but resort wear, I would say. Resort wear which is related to Italy or France.
Oh, lovely.
Very beachy, very airy, like that.
Oh, lovely. Okay. And to you, Pavi, if your life was a novel right now, what genre would it be?
I would say A Girl Next Door is very appropriate for the novel, but like I'm more like a film person, so I would say Emily in Paris is somewhat my
I had that in my mind already. Okay. You, Himanshu, which side of you wins more often, the logical engineer or the chaotic creator?
A chaotic creator, because I love to experiment a lot. Like मैं बचपन से ही कुछ ना कुछ नई नई चीज़ें मैं एक्सपेरिमेंट करते जा रहा हूँ और वो वर्क करती भी है. एज ए इंजीनियर स्टूडेंट आई यूज टू बी गुड एट स्टडीज़ ऑल्सो, बट उसमें मज़ा नहीं आता था.
But then you have still completed your degree, right? Which is a very, I really appreciate you for that. But then how did you manage? Because engineering must have demanded a lot of time and, focus. And with this, isn't it a distraction?
स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा डिस्ट्रैक्शन हुआ था, बट उसके बाद थोड़ा ओवरकम हो गया. मैंने ग्रैब कर लिया था कि भाई अभी करना ही है, और वो हो जाता है. इंजीनियरिंग हो सकता है कि भाई लोग बोलते हैं टफ़ है, बट इट्स नॉट. काफ़ी इजी है. मतलब मैं खुद एक रात पहले पढ़ता था और दूसरे दिन पास हो जाता था.
मतलब बच्चा इंटेलिजेंट हो तो ये ऐसी बात आती है. What's your most tech support friend moment?
When I joined my first job, तो there is one person called सौरभ बोत्रा. उन्होंने मुझे पहले से ही काफ़ी सपोर्ट किया है. मतलब तो वो मेरी फ़र्स्ट जॉब थी, और उसके पहले बस मुझे इंटरेस्ट था वीडियो एडिटिंग में. उन्होंने ही जॉब दी, उन्होंने ही मुझे सारे कंप्यूटर्स वगैरह सब लेके दिया. इवन तो जो अभी मेरे पास कंप्यूटर है ना, उन्होंने ही गिफ्ट किया है.
How lovely. Okay. And to you, Nisha, what's one fashion trend that perfectly describes your current life phase?
I don't believe in trends.
Oh.
I like I said, I believe in sustainability, and therefore I won't be able to answer that question, because trends are completely against our well-being in every way. Like it exploits people and also our planet. Trends is the reason why there's so much of landfills. So, but I would say timeless is something that describes me. It's not a trend, it's something. For example, you have a kurti and you love it throughout the years. Maybe you want to pass it on. So yeah,
That's
would describe
what you cherish more.
Yeah.
Okay. Which fictional character would you understand your life best, Pavi?
There is this animated series called BoJack Horseman. Not many people would have seen that. It is very much about mental complexities and emotional complexities. There's this writer character in it that I very much relate to. She hates surprises, she hates big gestures, she likes to be in her own cocoon, and her name is Diane. So that is something that I don't know but is very much relatable to.
So you don't like surprises?
No, not
Why is
big
that?
gestures. It's very attention taking, and I like to not be in the light and be in the crowd. I just like to be there and observe more, and everything is inspiration for me. So I am a thoda observant person more than grabbing the attention.
Okay. What's the most designer problem you deal with daily?
practical and technical part of it. Designing, it's like a second nature, but I would say when you're a designer, you're also supposed to think about the practicality of it, the business aspect of it, the profit and sellability, sellability, if that's the right word. That is what I struggle with the most, and I think a lot of designers relate to it. I myself had have heard it from my faculties and even my employers who were fashion designers. Like this is our second nature, but when it comes to business, you have to get it together. You have to learn. So yeah, that is something I would say, something that I am on to, I am learning right now as a business, as a person.
Okay. If your brain had tabs open right now, what would they be? Are you thinking about something simultaneously, or are there, something like a multitasking going on?
I do a multitasking a lot. I mean, मैं साइड बाय साइड यूट्यूब भी देखते रहता हूँ और साइड बाय साइड एडिट भी करते रहता हूँ, तो मोस्टली यूट्यूब.
अच्छा, so that would be
Yeah.
on for sure.
फॉर श्योर. वो डिफ़ॉल्ट हो गया है. कंप्यूटर चालू हो गया, यूट्यूब चालू करो.
Okay. And what, you watch yourself or you watch other people's content?
अदर पीपल्स.
Okay. What's the most literature student thing you've ever done?
So I have always been a topper kind of a person in school. So never bunked the class and all. But I got a taste of reading novels in my 9th standard. So I used to bunk classes and not go to school at all. I used to change in Domino's washrooms and take my cycles and go in parks and libraries whole day to just read books. So I almost got kicked out of school in my 9th standard because they wanted students who would get their school to 100% merit list. So they were like, take your TC, go to this school, we'll get your admission because you are not scoring good, your attendance and marks are not good. Because I in that year read, like for 8 to 10 months I read almost 22 novels. So that was the most adventure as a literature student I did.
So coming to our next section, which is education and career. Did fashion choose you or did you choose fashion?
Tough to answer that because I felt I was somehow into it. Maybe it was my upbringing. I grew up with lot of Barbie movies and princess movies. It just sort of came very naturally to me to make my hair, make clothes, and then I would do it for my dolls. And I just knew that okay, this is a career. I didn't knew it before. But later when I was talking with my dad, I think I was in 4th grade, and I was like, I want to become an artist. My dad was like, artist is not a job, it's not a work you do. So I dig in deeper. I'm like, okay, but I like clothes, so why not do that? And it's sort of, it just came to me, and it also feels like maybe it was what I was watching since I was a kid. It's a mix of that, I would.
Okay. And how do you balance coding logic with creativity chaos?
बेसिकली आई डोंट स्टडी एट ऑल. मतलब मैं पूरा क्रिएटिव साइड ऑफ थिंग्स में ही हूँ. मैं बस इंजीनियरिंग इसलिए कर रहा था क्योंकि मुझे डिग्री मिल जाए. टू बी ऑनेस्ट, मुझे उसमें कुछ जॉब वगैरह नहीं चाहिए थी. वो हो जाता है मैनेज.
So you're more towards creative
side.
Okay. Okay. Did studying literature change the way you see people?
Definitely, yes. It's like the more you read, the more you can relate. Like, okay, now, like, it's like you see a problem, but sometimes you're not sure about it, if that's a problem. But when you are reading something, some story, you like, at least with me, I recognize more evidently that, okay, this is the problem. Yeah, okay, this person acts like that character that I read. Okay, so this is problematic. Oh, yeah, it definitely helps me.
this is a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay. And have books made your expectations from life unrealistically poetic?
Definitely yes, because the amount of I would say that is something I really struggle with, because the amount of attraction or idealism I have for fictional characters, I really think I'm going to die single or something because like I don't like people in real life. I just like fictional people or people in films. I watch films more than reading. So I think every time I am looking at something, I am like, okay, this scene is nice, this can be shot, or oh my god, those two people are like, I just wish my eyes were camera so I can just shoot it and put it in some of my films. So yeah, I definitely live a lot in books and films and characters like that.
Okay. What's something people romanticize too much about fashion industry?
Glamour part. They don't know behind the back. Like I said, for a long period of time, it has been very exploitative in nature. Fashion industry, even the brands, international brands, get their work done from India or Bangladesh, and it's very exploitative practice, I would say. Even Zara, H&M, if you see, all the dump is done in our country, and people only see the trends, what's going on, what's new, and right now everyone's obsessed with those sequin skirt, those beachy sequin skirt. But again, it's all going to, when of course not everyone is going to buy them, and there's a lot of production being made. It's again going to be in landfills in our country, maybe in Bangladesh. So that's the part a majority of people don't know. Only the industry knows, and I think that is something that really needs to be out there and acknowledged, and I'm definitely working on it. Even this platform, I'm really grateful that I get to talk about it. So apart from glamour, there's a lot of exploitative practices that are happening which needs like serious attention right now.
So Himanshu, tell me, what's something people misunderstand about content creators?
दे थिंक दैट कि कंटेंट क्रिएटर की लाइफ बहुत मस्त चल रही है. आई मीन ऐसे मेरे रिलेटिव्स भी सोचते. तो रिसेंटली मैंने अभी जॉब छोड़ी ना, इवन तो मैं वो जॉब से अभी ज़्यादा कमा रहा हूँ फ्रीलांस करके. तो वो सोचते हैं कि ये भाई बंदा घर पे बैठा रहता है, कुछ करता नहीं है. ऐसा सोचते हैं कि कंटेंट क्रिएटर दे आर मतलब बस यूजलेस है, वो कुछ काम करते नहीं है, बस घूमते रहते हैं, वीडियोस बनाते हैं, मस्त लाइफ, हैप्पी लाइफ.
मगर कंटेंट क्रिएशन से भी तो पैसा कमाते हैं.
हाँ, काफ़ी कमाते हैं. मतलब कंटेंट क्रिएशन इतना बड़ा मार्केट है ना. एक आदमी अगर इफ़ कंटिन्यू 2-3 साल कंटेंट बनाया ना, वो मर्सिडीज खड़ी कर सकता है आगे.
मतलब व्हाट इज़ समथिंग दैट पीपल डोंट नो अबाउट इट. जैसे कोई ऐसी चीज़ जो कि बच्चे बहुत इंस्पायर होते हैं कि हमको भी कंटेंट क्रिएशन करना है, बट उसकी डार्क रियलिटी क्या है फिर?
डार्क रियलिटी एज सच मतलब मैं तो सबको इंस्पायर करता हूँ कि कंटेंट क्रिएशन करना चाहिए, वो चाहे कौन सा भी जॉनरा हो. ऐसी कोई डार्क रियलिटी नहीं है एज सच. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कंटेंट क्रिएटर इज़ वेरी हैपनिंग चीज़. ये एक डार्क रियलिटी हो सकती है कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कंटेंट क्रिएट सारे लोग नहीं कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि जितना मुझे पता है कि जो क्रिएटिव पीपल्स होते हैं ना, वो कंटेंट क्रिएट अलग ही तरह से करते हैं और वही बूम होते हैं. और जो बहुत मतलब जो ज़्यादा क्रिएटिव नहीं होते हैं ना, वो सोचते हैं वो करते हैं स्टार्ट, बट वो वाले लेवल पे नहीं पहुंच पाते. उसके पीछे भी काफ़ी सारे रीज़न हो सकते हैं.
तो फेलियर्स काफ़ी हैं
Yeah.
इसमें. ओके.
डू और डाई सिचुएशन है कंटेंट क्रिएशन बेसिकली.
बट ऐसा कुछ मतलब तरीका है कि आप किसी को सजेस्ट करो कि आप अगर ये चीज़ किए तो आपका कंटेंट डेफिनेटली हिट होगा?
मैं खुद के लिए ये फॉलो करता हूँ. मैं दूसरों से काफ़ी इंस्पायर्ड होता हूँ. मतलब मुझे लोगों को ऑब्ज़र्व करना बहुत पसंद है. मैं हर चीज़ ऑब्ज़र्व करता हूँ. इवन तो मैंने एडिटिंग और शूटिंग वगैरह भी लोगों को ऑब्ज़र्व करके सीखे. दूसरे की वीडियोस देखता था, वो कॉपी करने का ट्राई करता हूँ. बेसिकली मैं दूसरों को कॉपी करता हूँ, तो वो खुद में ही कुछ नई चीज़ बन जाती है.
ओके.
तो लोगों को कॉपी करना चाहिए.
ओके. अच्छे कंटेंट को कॉपी करना.
अच्छे कंटेंट को कॉपी करना चाहिए.
ओके. Pavi, you tell me, what's one thing people underestimate about writers?
That they can give you ideas on spot, like the everything. Like writers are expected to write anything and everything, and people do not understand that it has a creative process altogether. Like people would give other people, like if you are a chef, they would give you time to prepare your recipes. If you are a cinematographer, they would give you time to create your frames. But to writers, they are like, you should have an idea altogether ready, and you should like submit it right now and then.
Very
so
spontaneous.
yeah, very spontaneous. And the second thing that I think people mistake is that हमने भी तो सोच लिया, हम भी तो लिख सकते हैं. On doing it technically and doing it just because you can think and you can type or scribble is very much different things. So I think those are.
Which author or book quietly influenced your personality?
The book that influenced my personality was this Hindi novel I read, Gunaahon Ke Devta. I could resonate to one of its character a lot. Now I don't like the book for the ideas that it holds or the way it is glorified, though it is from a very past time, so I understand where it comes from. But when I was resonating with a character so much, I realized the problem that I hold in me. The character's name is Sudha, so that character was something that was life changing for me, that I needed to move on from certain things while I read the book. And one director that influences me a lot is Shujit Sircar. So the reason I'll say he influences me is because he makes films a lot about melancholy. My mother says those films are really manos for the things, for the death and diseases that he surrounds his theme as. And I really find it enticing, and it comforts me that you can make things on pain, you can make things on melancholy, and you don't have to be very conscious around that this is not very positive, and you can just write. And my writing style goes in a sadder tone, and I used to be very conscious about it because I am not like that in real life. So people wouldn't like it. After, like, we are Indians, we are Bollywood people, we like happy endings, so people wouldn't like it. But then Shujit Sircar came and like my life changed.
Okay, social media and modern life. Okay, do people dress for themselves or for Instagram?
Instagram.
All the time.
Easily. That's what the main part of life everyone has these days. Even if you see someone is very creative, very authentic, at the end it does go on Instagram. Even Met Gala, I would say. I mean, people are sitting at home on their phones judging
Yeah.
through their phones. So yeah, like I think even the biggest designers and everyone is thinking from social media point of view only. And
Right.
I mean, that's what it is now. It's the new reality.
And what fashion aesthetic do you think is secretly overrated?
Overrated. I don't think anything is
That's not
overrated.
happening. Okay. And what's your relationship with trends? Follow them or ignore them? You mentioned this.
Ignore, yeah.
Okay. With you, Himanshu, what's the funniest part about being both a techie and a creative person?
फनीस्ट पार्ट ये होता है कि एक टेकी को भी नींद की काफ़ी ज़रूरत होती है और क्रिएटिव पर्सन को भी नींद की काफ़ी ज़रूरत होती है. एग्जैक्टली मतलब अभी भी मैं स्लीप डिप्राइव्ड हूँ क्योंकि मैं कल रात को 3 बजे तक एडिट कर रहा था और मुझे सुबह कॉलेज में जाना था. एज सच मतलब ये क्वेश्चन काफ़ी ट्रिकी है क्योंकि मैं एज अ टेकी मैंने कभी लाइफ वो जी ही नहीं है.
You cannot tell actually.
हाँ
And have reels destroyed everyone's attention span?
हाँ काफ़ी ज़्यादा. मतलब मैं खुद आई यूज़ टू बी वॉच यूट्यूब फॉर आवर्स. मतलब मैं एक वीडियो चालू करता था, एक घंटे के मैं डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज देखता था यूट्यूब पे. अभी वो नहीं होता है. मैं मैक्स कोई 15 मिनट्स की वीडियो भी मैं पूरी देख नहीं पाता हूँ.
Do you think social media killed deep conversation or created new forms of expression?
Social media has definitely created new forms of expressions in terms of it has given many people a platform of their own instead of creating, and but that has also restricted our expressions. Like you can only write till a certain period, like word limits है, and then there are कि आप 90 seconds में आपको जो बोलना है कर दो, and you know things like that has restricted but also given a platform. So I think it has definitely changed the way we express to newer things. and which is a very nice way that I consume and I see it. I do not find the problem in it, because the challenges that it gives, like the restrictions that I call them, are actually the challenges. It is a challenge that how in that word limit you can express. So I don't find it anyway problematic. And yeah, so
What about you? Have you found yourself to have deep conversations, you being from a literary background and a writer yourself?
many a times, like the following question there was like the attention span. So the attention span has affected so much that it has not just affected the consumption of content, but in real life also. Like I have experienced some people saying jaldi bol, and I am like what is this, like why, where you have to run. So yeah, the people have, like I write in long formats, I write films, I write essays, blogs, articles. I have always been a long format person. So people are like, see उसने तो ये बात एक sentence में ही कर दी जो तूने जिसके ऊपर एक essay लिख रखा है. They don't realize there are ways to read. That one line is for you to hit when you are scrolling or sitting in an ideal day. But I write long format things because that is to consume you in whatever I want you to feel. Okay, so like yeah, deep conversations are a no for everyone who is a real addict. And now people just do deep conversations of which is very performative, which comes from reels. If they'll find in some page there are questions, like I have known couples who share question reels to each other to have deep conversations, which is like just because they saw it on some trend on Instagram, now they realize that they have to talk after marriage. Like these are the conversations you should have done like way prior than that. So yeah, deep conversations are affected a lot by social media. People find it cool and hence they do the deep conversations, and when the conversations are happening they cannot take it, and they thought that they would be all pretty like they show it in the reels and in the YouTubes, but they are not. They are ugly AF, and then they don't know how to take it to console others, and it's just too ugly for it. So I think it is affected a lot. I am very much upset about it.
Okay. So what's more stressful, low battery or low engagement?
Low battery.
Okay, so does it make all three of you insecure? Your life is going to end now?
I never have low battery, honestly. I have my phone charged all the time. I am type A person.
Okay.
Low engagement, yeah. For me, that,
Stressful.
yeah.
Okay, and for you?
No engagement, because battery is what? Yeah, like it is always on low. That's not a stress.
Okay. If classic authors had Instagram today, who would be the messiest online? Pavi.
Like a classic Shakespeare, because like people really overhyped Shakespeare, that he wrote this and he did commendable work of his time, but he's so overrated and all. I find his characters to be not just vulnerable, but very much asking you to accept them. Very much there is a strength in vulnerability, and then there comes just you wallowing about things. So his characters and his writing is very wallowing, and I think he would be a very terrible person on social media for that.
Okay. And how quick has dating become due to social media? I would like all of you to answer. So let's start with Himanshu. He's grinning already. So how easy it is?
I mean, काफ़ी easy है डेट करना. तो बेसिकली आई एम अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर ना, तो काफ़ी सारे फॉलोअर्स आते रहते हैं और कोई ना कोई लड़की टेक्स्ट करती है, हे योर कंटेंट इज़ अमेजिंग, तो वैसे कॉन्वर्सेशन स्टार्ट होती है. फिर धीरे धीरे कैन वी मीट पे हो जाता है, फिर हम मिलते हैं, फिर उसके बाद गुलू गुलू. काफ़ी इजी है सोशल मीडिया से डेट करना.
Okay, and you?
I actually don't like the fact that it's easy. I think I might just attract haters for this, but I feel it has made it very easy for men. They are not putting the effort. It's like, hey, what are you doing? I don't like that. Like, please put real. And it's so like they want you to plan the dates. I'm like, no, thanks. I'm not
So
doing it.
I recently had this one phrase in mind. The alpha wants princess treatment. So I was hearing to somebody and I thought that, you know, their situation was like this, that he pretending to be all alpha, you know, I'm an alpha, all the time he would keep on repeating. And the
I'm not
prince
that
is-
type of person.
Okay.
मुझे चाहिए होता princess treatment और मुझे मिलता भी है.
That is what I'm saying. That the alpha today wants the princess treatment.
Yeah, they do.
So it's so contradictory. Okay, and you, Pavi?
Yeah, so dating scene has been very easygoing because of social media, because people, like he said, it is very easy to slide into DMs, okay? And there are times when I am thinking that the person is genuinely complimenting and, you know, complimenting my content, and I would be like, yeah, let's meet, I would so much love to meet you. And then I meet them and I realize, oh my god, what have I ended up in? And those people are like, I realized, okay, these were the intentions and I was just too dumb to. So that has very much eased the access to one another. And like she said, people don't put efforts now. They won't, like, I am not expecting you to, you know, write me a letter and all of those things, but they don't give time. They are in very much hurry because it is very easily accessible. Now we judge people to go on dating apps because social media पे सब हो जाता है. But what I would like is keep the apps separated for connections, and to be honest, it's just very easy accessible, because if you have 5 girls to DM to, if one is replying late, why would you put, you know, like, why would you bother to that? Why would you want to understand her, give her time while she's taking time? You would just slide in another DM and that would happen. Like he said, gulu gulu would happen so quick. So yeah.
And like you said that you did meet up people and then you realized that it was not for what you expected it to be. Was it every time an impression that it came along with, that since you have agreed to meet, you have agreed to much other things too?
Yes, definitely. Like I say this very bad phrase to my friends, that in a certain age, I think he know where it is.
All the boys here are having a good laugh because they are the ones who are doing this.
अरे सच में.
We believe you.
But every time a person, like the industry I work in, the film industry, so the circuit here in Nagpur is very small, and there are lesser amount of women in the industry going in, and people are, even if there are women, people are very used to of them, you know, not being around. So if there is one woman in the crew of 40 men, no matter what you do, no matter how you dress or how you look, there are going to be eagles. And in a certain age, I think they would relate to that. Men just wants to be in your pants or something like that. They do not want to be friends with you. They do not just wants to be friends with you. So every time I'm meeting a certain person, at least this is my personal experience, they want something out of the bond that is not just work or not just the way they are framing it initially. So I think every time I meet someone through social media, they have motives more ulterior than they show.
So I have come across a lot of such people who connect to me on social media and say that let's connect, I have this, you know, some proposal, some opportunity or something. So I usually say that, okay, you please send me your number, I'll ask my staff to get in touch with you. And they vanish from the face of the earth. So that's fun to see.
I don't have a reason like that, but I think I'll try that.
Okay, if you have such serious work, then share your number. I'll share it with my staff. They'll get in touch with you. They only handle it. I'm just supervising things. So that's how it is. All right. So coming to more deeper questions in this area, since it's the most loved section of our podcast, which is love, relationship, and dating. What's more attractive, good fashion sense or emotional maturity?
Emotional maturity for me, for sure. But it's 50-50. It's you should look presentable as well. I think it's a part of mannerism, I would say, which is part of emotional maturity. So
Yeah, you're right. I guess that's what first meets the eye, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody is not properly dressed for a date, then probably
Yeah.
you would feel that he has not taken the effort or she has not taken the effort.
yeah, like they're just there. Yeah, however it goes, whatever it goes, I don't care. It gives that kind of impression.
Yeah, okay. And have you ever judged someone silently based on their shoes? Because that's what we talk about all the time. That if you want to know how the person is, then you look at their shoes or look at their feet.
I have heard about this concept, but I don't take shoes into consideration to judge them fully. I think वो यही से शुरू हो जाता है. Like it's no different.
Yeah, right. And what outfit instantly gives red flag energies to you?
Men wearing pearl necklaces or jewelries, having piercings. Yeah, that would be it, because again, very trendy, very trying to grab attention. Like, I feel like you're a man, why do you want attention? Like,
Okay. So it cannot just be his liking to wear jewelry, like how girls are. Some girls like to, deck up really well. They like to wear bangles and earrings and jhumkas and all of that. Then
I have actually not. I have met a person who genuinely likes wearing jewelry, and he is a very nice person. But apart from that, I haven't. And he's my friend, so I've always liked his dressing style, and he does it for himself, and it shows.
so that makes the difference, I guess.
Yeah, you know
So
it
you're-
instantly. You know
somebody
it.
who's acting a wannabe will look a wannabe, right?
Yeah.
So Himanshu, what's more complicated, relationships or content creation?
रिलेशनशिप.
Okay. And reason?
आई गेस मतलब मैं जब रिलेशनशिप में था, अभी ऑलमोस्ट 1 साल हो गया मैं सिंगल हूँ, तो आई वॉज इन 2 ईयर रिलेशनशिप. तब ना काफ़ी मुझे खुद के लिए टाइम देने में काफ़ी टाइम नहीं मिलता था. तो मैं काफ़ी आर्टिस्टिक पर्सन हूँ, तो आई यूज़ टू बी स्केच वगैरह सब बंद हो गया था, और मेरी स्लीप वगैरह भी डिस्टर्ब हो गई थी उस वजह से. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि तो मुझे सिंगल रहना ज़्यादा पसंद है, वो मुझे रिलेशनशिप में आने के बाद पता चला. तो आई गेस रिलेशनशिप ज़्यादा हार्ड है कंटेंट क्रिएशन से.
Most men are like this. They like thought of having a girl or a woman in their life, but they actually enjoy their independence more. So they are more into their own creative stuff, or just reading, or just going through the newspaper from the first letter to the last letter, or whatever, watching some sport or something, or just being around their boy friends, male friends. I think, but then the idea of having a girl, okay, वो दिन के मतलब शाम के थोड़े 5-6 बजे कोई मिल जाए कॉफी पीने को साथ में,
वो रात को ये 12 बजे के बाद रियलाइज होता है. इसलिए मैं 12 बजे के बाद सब फ़ोन वगैरह साइड में रख देता हूँ. इफ़ काम रहा तो काम करता हूँ, नहीं तो मैं सो जाता हूँ. गुड नाइट.
So that's when the reality hits. अरे ये अपन मिस कर रहे हैं लाइफ में. Okay. Do content creators overthink relationship?
या अ लॉट. मतलब काफ़ी ज़्यादा सोचते हैं भाई ये वीडियो. तो बेसिकली मेरे रिलेशनशिप में प्रॉब्लम क्या होती थी, तो मुझे वीडियो शूट करना होता था. तो मैं कभी कभी मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड, मतलब आई मीन एक्स, तो उसको बोलता था भाई वीडियो शूट करना है, मैं नहीं मिल सकता. वो गुस्सा हो जाती थी. मैं सोच में पड़ता था आदमी क्या करे.
अच्छा.
तो ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज होता है एक रिलेशनशिप में एज अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर. वो हो सकता है कि मतलब मैं भी गलत हो सकता हूँ कि मैं टाइम दे सकता था लेकिन दे नहीं पा रहा था.
And what's one modern dating habit that makes absolutely no sense to you?
आई मीन चैट करना वो काफ़ी टॉक्सिक हो जाता है। मतलब जब आमने सामने बात नहीं होता है ना, काफ़ी सारी मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग होती है कि भाई वो कौन से टोन में बोला है, ये काफ़ी होता है। आई मीन कोई सामने वाला कुछ और सोच लेता है, कुछ और बोला है। ये मतलब चैट्स पे बात करना ही छोड़ना चाहिए, मिलो ना, बात करो।
पर तुम मिल कहाँ रहे हो? तुम तो वीडियो बना रहे हो।
अरे बट थोड़ा भी टाइम मिलता है तो वो कभी भी मतलब ऑफ टाइम पे वो टेक्स्ट करती थी, भाई आजा मिलने, मैं वीडियो बना रहा हूँ, मैं ऐसा आधा शूट छोड़ के तो नहीं जा सकता था ना मैं।
Now over to you, Pavi. Have romance novels and poetry ruined dating standards?
Definitely yes.
Or movies, if we talk, like reading, I don't think much people do, but then movies, I would say.
Movies and novels have really, like, it has broadened a spectrum, but the darker sides of it is that we see a character, and I have seen women in my life talk like it happened in that movie and she forgave, or you know, people like Jab We Met is a very common film. Girls are like ki boys to like such kind of girls in the films, but they don't like in real life. And I really want to say, just grow up. Like, you know, you don't have to adapt a character's personality, but concentrate in building one of yourself. And there are people who really glorify Kabir Singh, like they find it hot, and Arjun Reddy or the heroes that are playing the part of it, the amount that director is showing it or romanticizing it in an idea which is out of moral compass. He's just making art. He does not owe it to morally being corrupted or not, but you have an intellectual to consume and not adapt it in your life. So I think films and books are really disturbing the idea of love, the idea of dating. And recently the film trend that I have been observing, in the Bollywood, that they are making girls not wanting relationships, the cultures of hookups, the friends with benefit culture that was since a decade or more back, they are bringing it that girls want it. And I don't mind these ideas in dating. Everyone should practice all of those things, but the idea that it is empowering to women is a very wrong idea. Like, you should, it complexes you more than giving clarity of what you want and what you do not want. And there are many things that can empower women more than, you know, being emotionally complex. That is not something new that is coming. We all are humans equally. There is no gender division in it. We all feel and are complex equally. So the idea to put that only women are being emotionally complex in dating, or the idea of love, is a very bad idea that people are glorifying these days.
Correct. Another movie that I would want you to speak about is Animal. Since you mentioned Kabir Singh, I was waiting that it would come on its own. But since you did not mention, I think we should talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to.
Yeah.
So, I am a big time feminist. Okay, I worked for a feminist organization for 2 years. And when I say I am a feminist, the first thing comes is, oh, you are that kind of feminist. Acha, ye feminist kind hai kya? Which I want to say, there is pseudo-feminism and then there is feminism. Everything like has a side, like we say politically leftist, politically rightist. I think feminism also has this idea of leftism and rightism. So coming from those ground, that I have always been politically neutral, feminist, the idea of feminism is for me very neutral thing, and bare minimum, if you are not, then you are problematic. Like, because it is about equality and being treated right, and not in equal sense that we want everything like a man, because no, that is not practical. So coming from those foregrounds, when and coming from also the idea that films does not has to have a moral responsibility. People are creating the art for whatever reasons they are, and it is upon you who consumes and has to not adapt it. So coming from those ideas, and when I watch a film, I am consumed in it so much that I forget what am I watching.
one character.
Yeah, so not what, I am invisible in it. Ki, okay,
Oh, you're right there within them.
yeah, so I realize the problematic part of it when I step out, when I think that what the fuck did I watch. So, you know, like I am so embarrassed to confess this, but I even cried in Kabir Singh. Being as a feminist, that is so bad. But yeah, I did. And then I realized, what the shit? Like, so yeah, films do affect me like that. And when it comes to Animal, I watched Animal's trailer in a very much Hollywood hyped up film. It was Napoleon. Joaquin Phoenix or someone was there, and I went to watch that film. Very disappointing. And in that film, Animals trailer was played, and I was excited. Okay, there would be a dark noir male character in the film. Though I was well aware that it is Sandeep Vanga Reddy, so what to expect? He's a very good creative person, but the ideas in his head are very problematic. So I still had very high expectations. Then I watched the film for, I don't know, it is a very long film, and it was just so disappointing that a male character was not just dark and problematic, but such a crybaby man child, and he was so embarrassing. It was second-hand embarrassment that you can show the dark and complex sides of a character, of males, females, but it does not has to be so pathetic and dumb, and the ideas in his head feel so forced that the whole film Animal is, people are being offended by it for the right reasons, but for me it is just a rage bait. They know that it is going to offend these people, and they have forcefully made those characters. So a very unrealistically problematic film, I would say, and very bad at art too.
Which fictional relationship would never survive real life?
Many, I would say. Wake Up Sid is one example, that the Konkona Sen and Ranveer Singh's character, that is so idealized, so simplistically love story, and I really find that comfort film. And Jab We Met was another, like the idea that opposites attract. To sustain in that requires a lot of patience. So not many have it. So there are many characters.
Okay. Now coming to personality and life. Okay. To you, Nisha, what makes you feel most confident instantly?
I would say my yoga. I'm a very spiritual person. Apart from the obvious things that I do, which is clothing, that is an instant thing to gain confidence. My daily habits, my routine, and my meditation, my journaling. That is something that really keeps my confidence, I would say, intact throughout. So, yeah.
Okay. And what color palette describes your personality?
Whites.
Okay.
So, I would say color palette of white, black, red, blue. That is the color palette that I'm seeing.
Okay. And what's your comfort activity after a chaotic day?
Usually I'm a very always prioritizing comfort person. After a chaotic day, I think I would just go to sleep.
Okay. So thorough professional. काम करो और सो जाओ.
It's sort of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. To you, Himanshu, what's your biggest I can fix this personality trait?
Bad editing, I said. ये कितना घटिया किया है, मैं कर देता इससे बेटर.
सेम मतलब आई थिंक वो वीडियोस वगैरह रहते हैं ना, मैं हर वीडियो को जज करता हूँ. लाइक मैं मूवीज़ को भी जज करता हूँ, भाई ये कट यहाँ होता तो कितना अच्छा होता. तो आई थिंक ये था. और मतलब कभी कभार लोग होते हैं ना, वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा बोलते हैं और काफ़ी ज़्यादा बोलते हैं.
गिल्टी.
तो फिर उनको मुझे थोड़ा सा कभी कभार लगता है कहीं इनको सबक सिखाना चाहिए. बट फिर मैं खुद पे कंट्रोल करता हूँ, नहीं आज नहीं, क्योंकि मुझे खुद का मेंटल पीस ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है.
ऐसा कोई यहाँ पे तो नहीं है ना?
नहीं यहाँ पे कोई नहीं.
Sorry, I am guilty. I know I am.
Which app controls your mood the most honestly?
Spotify.
Okay.
म्यूज़िक. मैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा म्यूज़िक लवर हूँ. मतलब आई गो टू अ लॉट ऑफ कॉन्सर्ट्स. मैं कॉन्सर्ट्स में जाते रहता हूँ और म्यूज़िक मेरे लिए मतलब इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ है. मेरा मॉर्निंग भी म्यूज़िक भी होता है और रात भी म्यूज़िक से ही होती है.
सो जस्ट म्यूजिक और उसमें पॉडकास्ट रहते हैं, वो भी आप
मैं
इंटरेस्ट?
कभी कभार पॉडकास्ट सुनता हूँ, बट थोड़े बहुत सुनता हूँ, मतलब कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग यूट्यूब पे स्क्रॉल करते करते बेटा तो क्लिक कर लेता हूँ।
एनी स्पेसिफिक पॉडकास्ट दैट यू वुड रेकमेंड?
तो अभी ना जस्ट एक पॉडकास्ट आया था जिसमें तन्मय भट्ट था और 2-3 स्पीकर्स थे जिसमें निखिल कामत वगैरह था। वो पॉडकास्ट में एग्जैक्टली बताया गया था कि हाउ टू क्रिएट अ गुड कंटेंट, मतलब तन्मय भट्ट ने सारे राज खोल लिए थे कि भाई वो सोचता कैसे है। तो वो मेरा सबसे ज़्यादा लवेबल कंटेंट है।
एंड व्हाट इज योर मोस्ट रैंडम प्रोडक्टिविटी हैबिट?
कभी भी रात को उठ के मैं स्केच करने बैठ जाता हूँ। मतलब कभी नींद नहीं आती है ना, तो मैं उठता हूँ, ईयरफोन्स डालता हूँ और मैं स्केच करना चालू कर देता हूँ।
What's something small that inspires you instantly?
Good gestures, kindness, I would say. That is one thing that is people say is so rare to find around. But the moment there are times when I have been told I am too kind, I am too gentle for social presence. But the moment I see someone having a kinder act towards another, that is one thing that inspires me to I am alright the way I am. It exists in this world. And about the people, what one smallest things that inspires me is the way people carry themselves to work, like the work ethics of others really inspires me to be like, okay, I want to do something like that.
And which emotion is easiest for you to write about?
Love, I would say, because there are too many ideas of love, but when it comes to paper, all of them are like very clingy, very cliche or very repetitive. So that is one thing that if I am writing about the most cliche topic, but people are giving time not because they are my friends, but would actually like
Enjoy
it,
reading.
then I think that is the biggest struggle and biggest win.
Do writers observe life more or overthink it more?
Overthink it more. Like the idea of something and that being in front of you are two very different things that we need to consciously say कि ऐसा नहीं होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है is something that I repetitively say to myself because I overthink, I live in my head a lot.
What's one thing you're still figuring out despite seeming sorted?
अभी मतलब मेरा स्पेसिफिक एक कंटेंट निश अभी मुझे मिला नहीं है कि व्हाट डू आई वांट टू डू इन कंटेंट, क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं सब कुछ कर सकता हूँ। तो बेसिकली अभी आई एम फोकसिंग ऑन ट्रैवल व्लॉगिंग साइड ऑफ थिंग। तो मैं अभी फ़िलहाल मैं ट्रैवल बहुत कर रहा हूँ। तो अभी जस्ट मैं अभी कुछ दिनों में मेरी एक ट्रैवल सीरीज़ भी लॉन्च करने वाला हूँ। उसमें 3 एपिसोड्स आई गेस हो गए। मैंने इसको फर्स्ट एपिसोड भी दिखाया, आपको भी दिखाऊंगा।
बिल्कुल।
तो वही है कि मतलब मैं फिगर आउट कर रहा हूँ कि कौन-से कंटेंट में मुझे कौन-से निश में कंटेंट बनाना है।
Still figuring that
Yes.
out. Okay. And what kind of life feels aesthetically beautiful to you, Nisha?
By the ocean, I would say. That's
You are a big ocean fan.
yeah,
right?
I
Beach
am.
person.
I mean,
You're a beach
recently,
person.
completely. Recently, I did go for a Goa trip. It was a solo trip, and I booked a cottage by the ocean, and that made me realize, okay, I think this is where I want to settle. Like, this is the everyday view that I want. Because even growing up, during my toddler stages, my parents used to live near the seashores. Not exactly like sea facing, but I think it's somehow become a part of me. And it has been a long time I have been in a city, and even though I did not remember being a toddler being near the sea, but it feels like, okay, that is where I want to go.
Okay, okay. What sentence perfectly describes your current phase of life?
मैं कह दूँ तो बात बिगड़े, मैं लिख दूँ तो नगमा is my Instagram bio too, that whenever I try to say things, I think they are not communicated, adapted, like that is too dramatic, not like overthinking, or you are not thinking it in a right way. But as soon as that right idea is written or being made into a film, that is like, oh my god, wow, this is so nice. Then that is not unrealistic. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, now we come to our very favorite section, which is the rapid fire. Okay. So whom should I take first?
Himanshu.
So alpha men first. Okay. What is more inspiring? Of course, coding you said is not your kind of thing, but then editing or sketching at night?
Sketching at night.
Okay. Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Viral reel or peaceful life?
Peaceful life.
Okay. Coffee or energy drinks?
Coffee.
Logic or creativity?
Creativity.
Okay. Coming to you, Nisha. Streetwear or old money?
Old money.
Comfort or style?
Comfort.
Black outfit or colorful outfit?
Black.
Pinterest or reality?
Reality.
Okay. Heels or sneakers?
Heels.
Forever?
Yeah.
Even on the beach?
Oh, you can just walk barefoot. No need for footwear.
Okay. Coming to you, Pavi. Poetry or prose?
Poetry.
Bookstore or cafe?
Books.
Happy ever after or realistic endings?
Realistic ending.
Classic literature or modern fiction?
Modern fiction.
Love letters or voice notes?
Love letters.
Okay. All right. With that, we come to the end of our section, and I just have parting questions for all of you. Starting with you, Himanshu. Which participant would survive best during a creative or a content apocalypse? Apocalypse is end of the world. So,
नहीं होगा.
besides you, who would it be? You can answer me also, okay?
I guess she.
Okay. Okay. Pavi would be affected. And why so?
बेसिकली शी राइट्स, तो उसे भी अफेक्ट होगा क्योंकि कंटेंट क्रिएशन और राइटिंग इज इट्स काइंड ऑफ कोलैबोरेशन. इफ कंटेंट ही नहीं जाएगा तो मतलब शी डोंट हैव कि भाई कुछ लिखते हैं वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह.
A motivation to write is gone.
या
Okay. Style one outfit for each participant based on their personality.
One outfit, as in like the whole look,
Yeah.
right? I would definitely give him streetwear. I think it goes with his personality, and it's also practical for him since he is a content creator. That would be more comfortable, and even streetwear has lot of pockets and everything. It comes in handy. For her, I would say exactly how she's dressed up. I think she is dressed up according to her work. So it's something that looks, I would say, classic, but also comfortable at the same time. So yeah, I think whatever she is wearing goes
Okay.
well with.
And what about me? If you have to dress me up, what would that be?
Even for you, I think the color suits you well. Like I have taken into liking this color recently. Apart from that, I would suggest maybe something like mine, if you don't mind trying.
Yeah, okay. I will, definitely. So, give both participants a book title based on their personalities.
A book title, as in the books that I can give them titles on my own. It does not has to be a book from a shelf.
Yeah.
For him, it would be Unfathomable, because the times I have seen him, or like people think that they know him, but it is a lot that goes like unnoticed is what I can read from him. So Unfathomable is something that I would think he should name his book to, that you think you know me but you don't. And to her, like when she was talking about the beach thing, she was so compassionately saying it. So the lady by the blue ocean is something I would find the women leisure thing in it. So that would be
Okay. And for me?
The Thousand Suns is a book. I guess I am taking the name right. It is from the same writer, The Kite Runner. I think the book and the female friendships in it, I think if you haven't read it, you should read it, because I see you and I am very much taken back to the women friendships and the bond that is very much like one of the women part of it is that you, I think of a lot of you would resonate.
Yeah, and I have a lot of women friend, and we have different purposes together, so we keep meeting very often.
You would love that book.
I'm sure. Okay, so with that we come to the end of our podcast, and you have been lovely. You have answered so honestly. I really appreciate that. Now coming to you all, and I take the back seat. You can ask me questions since I run the Life Lab and I'm a counseling psychologist, I'm an educationist. So is there anything that you would like to ask me?
I do have a question.
Okay.
What inspired you to start this podcast, and so far how has it been for you? Like, what have you learned and what have you felt, and what do you expect to do more later?
So see, the conception of this podcast happened when I was meeting a lot of students and they had a lot of things to say and tell. And it so happened that when a parent recommended them that, this is my friend, go and meet her, it would be a different scenario. They would come with a different, profile, very prim and proper. But when they came on their own, they were much more open, they were more frank, and they shared many instances of their life. Of course, that is my skill also, that I bring up people to talk about their most deeper thoughts and whatever they think about deeply. And that's when I realized that I really want children to come up and speak. So all of you, for me, you are all children, and all this age group is anything younger than me, 10-15 years is children. So I thought that this would be a good platform for the children to come up and talk, and the parents to understand that how sorted their children are. So you just don't come as one person for your parents to hear. You come, you represent a complete generation. So a lot of parents are benefiting out of these podcasts. A lot of children are benefiting. A lot of younger children are benefiting. Like she said when we met, that she has a younger sister and she finds it very difficult to understand her at times. So these podcasts are different age groups for the purpose that among siblings also it has kind of sorted things out, made them more understanding. With parents also, and I have compliments, I have reviews sent by parents saying that we did not know that our child thinks like this. I mean, that's the irony of maybe an Indian household, that you live with your family, and we are the people who have joint families, right? But we don't know our own child. So that's really sad, and vice versa also, that children also fail to understand. And I guess the most that I would want to do about it is that I want more people to come and talk. I want people to come and speak their thought, what they think, and openly, like you all said. And everybody, you don't notice the cameras, you're just talking to me here. Yeah. It's like that. But when it comes on the screen, we make sure that it doesn't come out bad. And nobody has ever said anything so offensive or anything of that sort ever. That's my motto. My mission with this is that to bridge the gap between families, between people, and have that comfort zone within themselves also. So it's not just me who is listening to this, we are posting it, you all know that it is going public very soon, and hence when it is shared, a lot of people talk, a lot of people consider watching it, and the episodes are also long. None of them are short, few minutes or anything like that. It's 1 hour, 1 hour 47 minutes. The first one was 1 hour 47 minutes. So people do watch it and they are learning out of it. So I have younger people messaging that we learned so much from the elder group that came up. The elder ones telling that, like you said, that we are able to understand our juniors or siblings or like that. Parents and mothers commenting. I think my work is reaching the right place.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I did feel like it's very revolutionary what you're doing because a lot of people don't have the bandwidth and they don't want to know. But this is like, for me, it was like, wow, this is new,
So a lot of people did tell me that, why are you calling children? Why don't you call celebrities? There are so many people around Nagpur. Call the vice chancellors or the directors or the chairmen and people, the professors or HODs of educational institutes or the counselors. There's so many psychologists that I know around Nagpur. But I said that a lot of people are asking them questions already. So let me get to the core of it, the the people directly. So let them come and talk. So it is all about the youth. I do not intend to call adults here, adults in the sense like the parents. Okay, so I don't intend to call them. Maybe we may have some episode like that, but it is not in my thought in recent action. So that's how it is. Any further question?
Yeah, as a journalist, if you would ask me to ask questions, I would have many. But like one thing I would want you to ask is, like, people say you keep your work and personal life separate, but when we have love for our work, you cannot keep it separate. So there must be times, I am assuming, that you would have a conversation here, or someone would confess or reveal something about themselves, or be very personal about something that has been shared in this chair, because like you said about your skills, you feel the answers out of them. So what was that one thing that you took home and kind of like it stayed with you?
So I'm a very emotional person. I'm a wrong person to be a counselor, actually. Psychologist, even more. So, but then we have our ways. We are taught that way, that whenever there is something that starts affecting you personally, you do something, do some practices which washes it out of you. But to be honest, a lot of such cases have been with me for a very long time, and it is still there. Like first few cases that I had, even those, from those I have had a couple of cases recently. So from them I have certain stories to tell, and sometimes it just you cannot just switch off and switch on. You cannot just leave one character like that and step into another life totally unaware or unaffected by it. So it does happen, it does affect me, and I do carry a lot of it with me. I do not say it, and I cannot. It's wrong of my profession to openly share such stories or talk about it at home also, for that matter. But I keep it to myself, and it does bother me at times. So I have my ways. I do a lot of reading, I sing, I record my own voice notes, and I keep sending my children, ye suno, ye kaisa hai, can I post this, can I do this? I would take selfies, I would create selfie images from in that chat GPT and all, and I'll send them, can I post this? Then why are you not replying, or why cannot I post this? No mama, this is not appropriate, you cannot post it. And that's how I just do stupid stuff to let go of the serious things away.
Whimsical nature too.
I mean, just to I think lock your intellect somewhere, or lock your brain somewhere, and just be ordinary like that. So that's it.
So I just want to say, like, I am very grateful to be here. I think I got a platform to talk about who I am, what I do, especially connecting with the people about sustainability and fashion, which is very much out there because social media. So I'm truly, genuinely very grateful for having this opportunity.
And I'm genuinely very happy the kind of answers that you three have given. It's very unique to your characters, You have, I don't think ever anybody has come and spoken like this. So you are very much into your work, you are very much out of it only. Like the work describes you and you describe the work. It's
meant for each other.
Very authentic. So it's been a pleasure, and you can see the whole crew enjoys, when the children talk. So
Thank you for having us.
thank you so much for being here. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Gold Diggers. To everyone listening, maybe you're building something, healing from something, chasing something, or simply trying to figure life out one day at a time. Just know that nobody really has it all perfectly sorted. Thank you to our amazing guests for bringing in real, funny, thoughtful, and vulnerable conversation with us today. If this episode made you laugh, think, feel seen, or reminded you of someone, please share it with them. Also, a lot of people reach out asking how they can participate in Gold Diggers. So if you would like to be part of future conversations, kindly DM us on the Life Lab by Shabi page on Instagram. Don't forget to follow, subscribe and stay connected with Gold Diggers, because we'll be back with more conversations, more stories and more people daring to dream differently. Until next time, keep growing, keep creating and keep digging for your goals.